the first to know. Nsem-Pii TV.
Now, as part of preparations for the 2024 general elections, all stakeholders at the Nsem-Pii with regards to ahosiesie ya omo towards the December 7 general elections. Entino obiano will follow the political parties omo campaign omo who say dear Dre, majority of our political parties chere omo achidifo kwan ya mbefa so ato abano ankasa in the ballot box kwan ya befa so obetim ya wabato no awoto no ensei bebia o preferred candidate ya wo hwehwe se won e bedu omaye nim owo number kra representing no ahyansodie kra representing no political parties omoye involved in this year's elections yes anyoma nyina in various constituencies in this country. So na the military and so a press conference ya omode to Ghana for enim kwan ya ombe faso aboban I ensure say in fact asumdie ene mentiasie ayejuma in this year's elections because they are part of the security agencies for the 2024 elections. And enyumre so the principal actors with respect to security when it comes to elections. The Ghana Police Service a press conference at the police headquarters led by the Inspector General of Police Dr. George Ekufu Dampare. Now police for the Nsem-Pii na tudwa abatuo mu bambo ku ejina wo na so ankasa wo man Ghana mu ha Ghana Police Service. Dr. George Ekufu Dampare chirimu there is no room for anyone, absolutely anyone, to fool. Say ye to aba sebi ubedim kwasi asem debi in the police for any so. Almost someone ye well equipped, very much equipped and well prepared for anyone or any group. Your bio margin so be Nsem-Pii during the December 7 general elections. There are some instances, there are some cases. Ya omani fisu, oma pick several inters. Ya omo kan edi achire sa mabunu especially NDC mabunu omo chire so omo wo boase ya ombe kika ye electoral commission meye mu sei ye de mo number ye chinchinga won so omo nya intel baby omo te dadadada agi so mu according to Dr. George Ekufu Dampare o say agi so mu na omo angu no omo ti asase su dia nya dia banokro beto bi owi en wasa Sunday words of caution edema all political party vigilante groups say wo pe won kwa don't even attempt to fool on the 7th of December because Ghana Police Service I want to say peace should prevail before, during and after the elections. The other series of interesting information, the Ghana Police Service led by the Inspector General of Police Edema Ghana for on the 7th of December batwa yakwa 20 yanko na yankoti and also vanka.
On the 7th of December we are having another one. From where we sit as the National Election Security Task Force, comprising all the security agencies, with the Ghana Police Service as the lead agency, and by extension, the Inspector General of Police as the chairperson of the task force. We want to assure you the elections will be very peaceful because of the measures we put in place. So Ghana, feel free, Ghanaians, feel free and live your life normally. We have your back. Why am I saying this? This election has been touted as one of the most crucial elections in our history, and rightly so. But knowing from what we have done in terms of our preparation, the assurance is clear. It's taken us more than 2 years preparing for these elections because we have considered election to be a process and not an event. And these 2 years has led us to produce the first ever election blueprint for this country, covering every aspect of election, be it even religious elections, schools elections, internal political elections, and national elections as we have it. And the beauty of this arrangement is that when preparing this document, we have the future of this country in mind in terms of its democratic dispensation. So the document that we have generated for running elections into this country, when we're preparing it, we have 30 years from now in mind. So it's a master blueprint that has come to mainstream election security in this country for the first time, so that it will not be that when election is about to happen, then we start putting ourselves together and trying preparing for the election. But we will eat and drink election as if we are breathing in and out air. Because we feel that that is the only way to institutionalize election security within the context of our democratic dispensation in a manner that will inure to our benefit as a country. And this document, since its implementation, you've seen that all the by-elections we have in this country has been very peaceful. You've seen that all other elections, including district assembly elections that we had in this country, has been very peaceful. You have also seen that all the internal elections of all the political parties have also been very peaceful. In addition to that, the instances of pockets of selective violence have also been dealt with in accordance with law, mercilessly in accordance with law, where we go after the people involved, get them arrested and put them before the court. There are a few of them still out there, but we have not stopped looking for them. And they know, but they should know this. For how far can you run? For how long can you hide? Because we will not forget you. Because when we forget you, we give you the opportunity to come back and do the things that you do again. So as long as we have booked you in our records, that you are somebody we are looking for, we will pursue you until we find you. The only thing that will stop us from pursuing you is maybe if the person passes on, then that is the end of the game. Until that, the caution is that we know whom we are looking for. Within the pocket of incident that has happened, the few ones that we've not arrested, we will come for you, and you will know that really we've come for you. Because we will not allow anybody, be it individual or a group, to disturb the peace of this country. Because we don't have a second Ghana, we have only one Ghana. So be assured. Now going into this election, you have also seen that the implementation of that blueprint has brought us to a level. This time round, the component we are implementing is the electioneering campaigning component. So you will see that throughout the electioneering campaign, now that you have only 2 weeks into the whole process in terms of the end of the campaign, you yourself as Ghanaians, as media officers and civil society, you are attest to the fact that the whole electioneering campaign has also been very peaceful because of the security arrangement we put in place, because of the way the political parties and their leaders have comported themselves, because of the way Ghanaians, because of our love for our country, have comported ourselves. So the credit goes to all of us. And it is our prayer that from now till the end of the campaigning period, and also during the D-Day and the post-election period, we'll maintain the same momentum or even improve upon it, so that at the end of the day, the elections will pass in a manner, in terms of its peace and security, that has never happened in this country. We, from where we sit as security agencies, we are convinced that is what is going to happen. The elections, in terms of its peace and security, we will work together with you to make it as easy, as simple as ABC. So rest assured, we will engage where we want to engage. We will de-escalate where we want to de-escalate. But when we have to be ruthless in the enforcement of the law, within the context of rule of law, we will stop at nothing. And I repeat, we will engage when we have to engage. We will de-escalate when we want to de-escalate, and that is the best option. But we will enforce the law to the letter when we have to do that, because if that becomes the only option. So Ghanaians should be with us, bear with us, have our back, and for us to confront anybody who wants to take the peace of this country for granted. So be assured. So hoping and being convinced that the campaigning period will also end peacefully, we are now focusing on the D-Day and the post-D-Day activities. With the D-Day, using the same blueprint, the work we've done so far has led to the production of 5,400-page security deployment plan, covering every aspect of security for the elections, inside out. And that's how far we've come. And that nature is also first of its kind in our dispensation, where we have such a comprehensive 5,400 and over page document, making sure that the security of this country during and beyond the election is intact. So be assured, we'll share an excerpt with leaders of civil society when the media are out, and then later in the course of it, from the police side and civil society side, they will come and probably give you what it is consumable from the point of view of security, so that you can also share that with the public. So going forward, we want to assure you that we are ready for these elections, and we will work together with every stakeholder to make it a success. One very fundamental thing that we are also doing differently that I want to take this opportunity to speak to is the fact that with all the analysis that we've done, you've seen that it is during coalition that some of the critical issues of insecurity do happen. And for that matter, we are currently working with the EC to come out with a standard coalition centers in a way that security will be paramount, such that at the end of the day, these difficulties that we have, where you go to coalition center and it's free for all, where you go to coalition center and so disorganized and everybody wants the attention of the other and we don't know whom to attend to, will stop. So we are finalizing it. But to give you a gist of it, is the fact that most of these coalition centers are going to be in a fence wall environment with a gate, where entrance to the place will be by people who are supposed to be there, the media, civil society, observers, party persons, candidates, their agents, and everybody who's supposed to be where he's supposed to be will be the people who have access into the compound of that fence wall environment. Then within that fence wall environment, the facility that will be used also is having an enclosed with doors whereby another set of people who qualify to be there, making sure that everybody who's supposed to be there also there, will be the people who will be also allowed to enter there, and together with the media, the party candidates, their agents, observers, everybody, so that the transparency will be there for everybody to know. In effect, it is being handled along the same lines how the national presidential election is collated at the EC office, where all the people who matter at the office, and it's not open in the park, whereby when people feel uncomfortable and they know they are losing, they charge their supporters to do things that affect the law. We are not going to do that this time around. And we invite all the stakeholders to support us, and us means the security agencies and the EC, in actualizing this beautiful concept of ensuring orderliness. Because when you come to the coalition center, the plan we are working on, you see that we have provided chairs. The place is set up as the people come from the various polling stations to the coalition center. When you come, there's a queue from polling station 1. You come, you sit down. The next polling station sit by you in that order. And then the people who are collating will call you in turn in an orderly, well-organized, mature, decent way that project the goodness of the Ghanaian and the black man. So this is what we are going to do. We are still finalizing it. We need your support and getting everybody on board. So in summary, colleagues, uncles and fathers from civil society, media, and Ghanaians, we, the security agencies, we are ready, we're prepared, we do whatever it takes to protect the peace, security of this country. Come
to brief you on our preparation so far towards the 2nd and the 7th December general elections. On this note, once again, I wish to welcome you and enjoy your stay here. I thank you very much.
Thank you, Commissioner of Police, Mr. Mohammed Husseini Siraj, for that brief welcome remark. May I now invite Dr. Emmanuel Akwete of the Civic Forum to give us his remarks.
Good afternoon to all of you. We are all protocols observed. We had this invitation from the IGP. I am the executive director of IDEC, but when it comes to election work, IDEC mobilizes some of the biggest civil society organizations in elections too. And we come under the common name, the Civic Forum Initiative. And so my colleagues here are all from big organizations. To the left is Reverend Digbe, who heads Kodeo, but is a founding member of the Civic Forum. We started work in 2008, and we've stayed together in intervening in very serious situations, working closely with the police and other agencies, including the politicians themselves. So we are happy to be here, and we decided that we are representing Civic Forum here. I mean, the individual invitations probably could take place, but I would invite Reverend Digbe, who is leading this delegation as a Civic Forum, to speak. Please, you're welcome. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Officer IGP. We are honored to be invited by you to brief us on how we are going to conduct this election. I can go back memory lane, but I'll just be brief. That these types of engagement with the police security task force, election task force, has been very, very illuminating. I was some 10, 15 years back. We had those engagements, and we are privileged to see some equipment that the police had, and the assurance that even if they are macho men, even your macho women can stand them. And we went around telling people to be cautious, that we should behave, people should behave well. We don't know what you have in store for us this time, but we believe we can only improve. You can only improve on what you've done so far. And so we are here today at your invitation to hear what you have to say, so that we can also learn from you, ask questions, and in our education, calling everybody for peace, security, as we head towards the election. Be confident that those who are entrusted with providing security, safety, and order, law and order in our society, are up to the task as we've been briefed. So with that, we thank you for your invitation, and we welcome you to speak to us. With me, Father Kweku from the Civil Forum Initiative, but also the National Catholic Secretary. I believe Major General Coleman, retired. Dr. Emmanuel Akwete, yeah. And my brother, Reverend Emmanuel Tete, and Mr. Patrick Okai. And our team is Ruth Abusanya. I think that's about how far I can see from here. The rest, okay. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Reverend Digbe. We shall now humbly invite the Inspector General of Police, Dr. George Ekufu Dampare, to give us an address. Shall we please receive the IGP?
When you meet a retired Reverend Minister,